We are almost there on the all-important $2,000 fourth stimulus check petition. Let's get into it and discuss where we currently stand with this and what is the likelihood of this actually happening. Hey everyone, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video as things are getting very busy and it's only going to accelerate over the coming days and weeks here with a lot of different announcements out of Social Security, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid services, as well as Congress, of course, right? We've got a lot going on, so let's get into it and talk about in this video where we currently stand with this $2,000 fourth stimulus check petition and what is going on with this and actually what is the likelihood of it actually happening. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you, I really appreciate it, and I promise you I'll continue to be here for you every single day. Alright, so I wanted to come back and give you a quick update on this $2,000 fourth stimulus check petition, as I haven't given you a dedicated update on this in about a month and a half, possibly even longer. We've made a lot of progress on this thing since the last time that I talked about this. In fact, as of right here, right now, as of this recording, we are just under 2,923,000 signatures on this petition. Now, this is the one that has been floating around for over a year now, calling on a $2,000 per month stimulus check for every American, along with an additional $1,000 stimulus check for kids, along with the $2,000. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit further because this petition continues to get signatures every single day. In fact, I haven't watched it all that closely to see how many signatures it gets a day, but for a while there, it was getting like 5,000, 8,000, maybe 10,000 signatures every single day. It was growing quite a bit there. Not even that long ago, maybe a month and a half ago or so, it was growing very rapidly. Even today, like I said, I don't watch it every single day, but I would anticipate this thing probably gets a couple thousand signatures every single day. What does that tell you if we have a couple thousand people signing this petition calling on a $2,000 per month stimulus check going forward? Would that give us an indication that people don't need stimulus checks, or would that give us a pretty good indication that people probably do need stimulus checks? I mean, I don't know about you, but I would have to say that would be a pretty strong indication that people probably are struggling a little bit right now and probably need these $2,000 per month stimulus checks. But with that being said, of course, that's just an observation, that is just an opinion. Let's get into it and talk about now, what is the likelihood of a $2,000 monthly stimulus check actually happening as a result of this petition? Now, I just want to make it very clear before we get into this. Nothing, of course, is passed, and it is not written in stone, and of course this is my opinion based on what we're seeing right now and based on everything else that we're seeing out there regarding all of these updates and what's going on with the stimulus packages, other announcements out there, and of course the other infamous petition that's going on out there right now for the $1,400 stimulus check. With all of that wrapped up, I kind of want to let you know where I currently stand with where I think this could be going with this $2,000 stimulus check petition. Now, here is what I'm thinking about this $2,000 stimulus check petition. First off, I think it's an awesome thing. Seriously, I think it's a really good thing that this petition is out there and gathering signatures, and eventually when it gets to 3 million signatures, or at some point, you would have to think this is probably going to be introduced and proposed to Congress and be like, hey Congress, check it out. There is another petition here calling on $2,000 stimulus checks, and it has 3 million signatures, or whatever it has at the time. So again, this in conjunction with the $1,400 stimulus check petition that was recently introduced by the Senior Citizens League, these two petitions side by side being introduced to Congress, I think does have quite a bit of influence and impact, right? I mean, just think of that. When they introduce all of this to Congress and Congress kind of looks at all this, they might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of people that are coming forward looking for additional stimulus checks. Maybe there are people out there right now who are actually really struggling during this time, right? So I do think the more people, the more signatures, the more impact and influence that it'll have going forward, especially as Congress kind of assesses this whole thing, right? But now, what is my opinion on this thing? Do I think we're going to get $2,000 monthly stimulus checks? Now, again, this is just me and kind of what I'm saying based on what I'm seeing out there. In my honest opinion, I don't think we're going to see $2,000 stimulus checks. That's just my honest opinion. I don't think that's going to happen. However, I would not be surprised one bit, and we've been talking about this for over a year now, probably close to a year and a half now. I would not be surprised one bit. In fact, we've already seen an introduction about this, and that would be some type of universal basic income or a guaranteed basic income program on a national level. Now, if that were to be introduced, it would not technically be a stimulus check, but essentially it's pretty much a stimulus check, if you know what I mean, right? It is a monthly payment going forward for a specified period of time, and it is sent out to large portions of the population. It could be focused on low income, it could be focused on fixed income, or it could be focused on literally every single citizen, otherwise known as universal basic income. So even though I don't think we're going to get $2,000 stimulus checks going forward, I love the idea. I think it's a really good one. But I think honestly, if we were going to get this, we would have gotten it months ago, right? Based on how everything is going right now, it seems like this is something that they probably should have implemented back in 2020 or earlier in 2021. But as of right now, I just don't foresee $2,000 stimulus checks. But I would not be surprised one bit to see some kind of UBI or GBI or even a basic income type of program. By the way, they're all the same thing, just a different name for all these programs, but essentially it's the same exact thing. I would not be surprised one bit to see one of these programs introduced, maybe sending out $500, maybe $600, maybe $700, maybe $1,000 to low income and or fixed income beneficiaries on a monthly basis at some point on a nationwide level. Now, like I said a minute ago, this was already introduced this past summer by Representative Ilhan Omar. She actually came out and introduced a guaranteed basic income program that would send out $1,200 payments for lower income individuals. By the way, lower income, as her definition, is under $75,000 of income every single year. That's a lot of money, right? That's a big income. That's a pretty generous low income right there, right? That's a very generous low income. I think by most of us saying $75,000 being low income, I think a lot of us would say that's not low income by our standard anyway. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised one bit to see another one of these programs hit the table. The one that she introduced was kind of aggressive, $1,200 every single month. That's a lot going forward. I think something more along the lines of anywhere between $500 and probably $800 would probably be more reasonable, as in what we would likely see. Now, the reason I say that is because we see so many other universal basic income and guaranteed basic income programs out there on the city, state, county, or locality level that I continue to introduce to you pretty much on a weekly basis. And the general term or the general idea behind these programs is $500 per month for a specified period of time. Usually it's about 12 months. Maybe it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, something like that, but it's generally a minimum of about 1 year, and it typically goes up to 1, 2, maybe 3 years, and in some instances, 5 years. In fact, just the other day, I was out with the latest announcement. The latest program that I found was out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, sending out $500 per month for the next 3 years. So if you're in Ann Arbor, Michigan, you might want to check that one out. You might be able to grab yourself that $500 a month going forward for 3 years, right? So anyway, I wanted to come back and give you this latest update on this $2,000 stimulus check petition. It's still out there. It certainly is gathering signatures right now. And it is really nice that this is kind of coming in almost at the same time as far as reaching 3 million signatures as when that petition and the letter was sent over to Congress from the Senior Citizens League. That would be awesome. If this would have timed perfectly, both of these coming together, the petition from the Senior Citizens League as well as this one coming in at 3 million signatures all at the same time and introduced to Congress, I feel like that'd be pretty good stuff right there, right? But either way, even though it doesn't have quite 3 million signatures, it still has a lot of impact, right? Whether it has 2.922 million signatures or it has 3 million signatures, it's only a difference of 78,000 signatures. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone counts, but it's still very, very close to 3 million signatures, right? So anyway, if you want to check out that petition, it is on change.org. You can simply just do a simple internet search and look up $2,000 stimulus check petition, change.org. It's right there. I've linked to it many times before. But again, I think a lot of you at this point have probably signed it by now. I know I did a long time ago, like months and months and months ago. A lot of us already signed that thing. But either way, there's still a lot of support out there for stimulus checks. I know that there's some people out there saying, oh yeah, you're just blowing smoke, just getting everybody's hopes up. Not really, because there is a lot of talk about these stimulus checks out there going on right now. In fact, just like we've talked about previously, There is a lot of talk for sending out a fourth stimulus check for lower income and or fixed income beneficiaries. In fact, that's exactly what the Senior Citizens League is, that's exactly what they're advocating for in their petition and the letter that they sent out to Congress just a couple days ago. So you can look it up yourself if you want to do research on that. Feel free to look it up. But it is out of the Senior Citizens League, and they have sent that over to Congress. And they spent the entire month of September gathering signatures on their petition that they wanted to send over as well, basically calling on Congress to send out that $1,400 stimulus check right away to all of these fixed income beneficiaries, about 69 million beneficiaries, citing that a lot of these people simply don't have enough money. The money is not going very far. The potential COLA raise in 2022 is not going to be enough. A lot of people don't have enough money to put food on the table each and every month. And some people are foregoing prescription items simply because they don't have the money to cover them. It's a sad situation. So anyway, this is where we stand. This is what I foresee with these petitions. I think they're a great thing. I think we have a lot more likelihood of getting $1,400 over $2,000, just my honest opinion, based on everything I'm seeing right now. But when it comes to the $2,000 per month, I think that's going to be a stretch. Just being honest with you, I think it's going to be a stretch to get $2,000 per month. But I do think there is a pretty good likelihood of getting another $1,400, especially focused on the lower income and fixed income as being called on by the Senior Citizens League. So anyway, hope this helps you out. I wanted to bring you this latest update, let you know where we stand with this thing. And of course, I'll continue watching that. When we hit 3 million signatures on it, I'll bring you that information right away. But again, this is not my petition. It is somebody else's petition, but I just like to talk about it every so often to let you know what we've got cooking when it comes to stimulus checks. So thanks again. Subscribe down below. It's totally free. And I'll continue to be here for you every single day going forward with all the latest updates and helping you out in any way that I can. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later.